I sat down with these 8 Minecraft speedrunners to find out if they all think the same. I made 6 statements and had each of them move a certain distance regarding how much they agree or disagree, and then asked each person why. I do want to clarify that each answer is purely opinionated, and none of the statements are my direct thoughts, but the idea was to make more open statements in order to get mixed answers and truly dwell into different Minecraft speedrunners' minds. With that being said, a sub 6 random seed speedrun is possible.
I probably agree. I think like the sky crab run that he choked really proved the potential of like a good looting 3 seed, you know? Because like the Bastion was really far in that run and he still managed to get like almost sub 620 or something.
The nature of random seeds has gotten to a point where you could literally just coincidentally just roll the god seed. For example, Skycrab's like very low sub 7 choke, just the seed lining up to be perfect. And to be fair, that seed could be also just much better too. Like for example, like portal room, second portal. Like obviously it'll take a lot of time for that to happen and to fall on the lap of a really good runner so that they can take advantage of it. But I do believe that a sub 6 speedrun is possible. Just it will take quite some time, at least until we get more sub 7 RSGs down the line.
Agree. Just because people are going for it and it's like, it's realistic. It's just like super unlikely, but there's so many people who are starting speedrunning recently that there's going to be like someone who's like joining in this era of the game. There's going to be like an influx of top runners. Maybe not now, maybe in a year or like 2 years, maybe even sooner. But I don't know, there's going to be an influx of runners that are just really, really good. And one of those people, for whatever reason, will really like playing RSG. And they'll just be good at it, and they'll probably get sub 6. The issue with sub 6 is not an issue of skill, it's an issue of how much people care. And it's like, the reason why sub 6 hasn't happened yet is because the best runners in the world don't care about RSG because it's boring. Like, people care way more about ranked, and when more people like play the game, when more people get into it by just like raw odds, let's say like 5% of people for whatever reason decide to like RSG, like 5% of a bigger pie is still like more people, you know? So I feel like if there's more people running that are like top level, then yeah, it's definitely possible.
I have to strongly agree with that. So with ranked, being a thing, we've seen so much development in just how well players have gotten at the game. And in terms of RSG, we can definitely pull off the seeds that we need to, pull off a sub 6. I think it's still like a little while down the line, but we even saw with like Skycrab's run just this past year where, we got a 617. It was a choke and it was a perfect run, but I believe that seeing stuff like that, it is possible. We're gonna have to reset a lot more and probably go for more, tough strategies, but I think it is possible.
I mean, Skycrab got really close. Like, it would have been 617. And, like, there's a lot that can be faster on the seed. Obviously, it's like a disgustingly good seed. Like, maybe no one ever gets a sub 6. Maybe no one grinds enough to get a seed that good again and play it that good. But it's definitely possible because, like, the Bastion's pretty far on that seed. Like, you have to run, like, 40 seconds to it, maybe. There'd have been, like, better pearls to the fort or something. Like, better endgame. He, like mess up, like, the portal on, like, the strong or something. Like, you can always just get a better seed. And I think if, like, someone like Skycrab kept grinding forever, did, like, tens of thousands of more nether enters, like, I'm sure you just get another like crazy looting seed like that and get a sub 6. I mean, people have gotten sub 6 and ranked. Like, you could just get a seed like that. It's like if you mess at 547, people have like sub 6 5 rooms. Like, it's definitely possible. It's just like maybe it never happens. But
For starters, in ranked we have seen a sub 6 already, so we know that it's possible. I think in RSD we've seen runs like Skycrab where he gets 15 seconds off, and in that seed we see him run a whole minute to the Bastion. I don't think it's gonna be soon because Skycrab seed was absolutely insane, but there is stuff such that has been in the works before, such as constellation resetting that like no one knows about, but that would make room portal resetting more viable. There's things like just getting a better Bastion distance that would make a faster seed than Skycrab's. In the future of RSG, I do see a vision where we see a sub 6. It probably won't be with Ocean. It might only be looting 1. It might not be any looting just because of strays and dynamic RD, but I think in an endgame RSG time, it would be sub 6.
Okay, so if the question is possible, it's obviously possible. Skycrab choked a what 6:17, and he runs to the Bastion for like a minute, not a minute, but like a long time. If it's realistic, is a different question. I think it'll happen eventually, but like it'll take time. But it's very, very, very possible, especially like when there's sub 6 ranked runs. I think without looting as well, there's sub 6 ranked runs. I guess they're room portals, but like it is really possible. It's very, very possible.
Before we move on to the second statement, if you'd like to take part, then put where you'd move to in the comments below. And subscribe! If you enjoy this type of content, 2026 is possibly make or break for the future of my content creation career, so I'm really planning to lock in. MCSR is the closest we'll get to an official esport.
There are other formats of Minecraft game modes that I could see being a lot closer to an esport. Let's say survival games or team-based survival games. Stuff like that could be closer to an esport than speedrunning is. Although the difference with speedrunning being an esport is I do consider speedrunning very close to an esport, but I do feel like other game modes have a better shot. Speedrunning has a lot of different elements of when it comes to down to think of it, and mostly it's also individual based because a lot of esports nowadays are like team based or stuff like that. Or like at least like the more popular ones. So I feel like there are other game modes like Hunger Games, as I said before, that could be a more closer game mode to speedrunning as a esport. But it's speedrunning as of now. I'd say it is pretty close.
I feel like there's a lot of different communities in the Minecraft space that can make their own esport. For example, like different events like MCSR Twitch Rivals, or there's just a bunch of different things. And I don't feel like MCSR is the only esports potential.
I don't really have any context of other esports. Minecraft speedrunning is the first thing I've really done at a near top level. So I have no idea how other esports operate. I think it's realistic to say that it's probably the best esport for Minecraft speedrunning, but for esports in general, I am unsure about that, and I can't really swing one side just because I don't really have context of other esports.
This one's tough, to be fair. This one's tough just because I think MCSR is a lot smaller compared to a lot of other Minecraft things. Like, compared to the people who do PvP or whatever, like, that's the thing I'd say is the most, like, probably, like, when you think of competitive Minecraft, that's what comes up first. Like, there's just so many people in, like, the random, like, tier testing Discord servers or whatever, and it's, like, ranked is not close to that scale. So, in terms of potential, I feel like PvP tier list stuff will always, like, have the chance to be, like, the biggest thing, or, like, a closer to an official esport. But, like, I would say agree for MCSR, just because, well, mainly ranked. I think ranked is carrying, like, 99% of this load, just because I think the lack of like internet or whatever, like, making a difference is so valuable. I think, like, the fact that ping doesn't matter, because I know ping is a big issue, and then also, like, cheating as well, because I know in PvP that's like an issue. I feel like in ranked it's not impossible, but it's like a lot harder to get away with. So for those reasons, I feel like it depends on what you define as an official esport, but I would say like fairness and like a big scene for it that's like official with like big tournaments, I'd say speedrunning is like most likely the closest we'll get. But I don't know, I'm not super confident on this one.
I'm not that familiar with like other areas of Minecraft and like how they are as esports. Like, I'm not that caught up with like all the events and stuff, but MCSR is gaining a lot of traction, I feel like, recently, and that's really awesome. LFI just being there, it feels like there's so much potential in this game. The hype you can get off of just going, even dying in a seed being so high, I feel like there's so much potential with this game. I feel like it definitely could get there more than any other aspect of this game.
MCSR with ranked existing, I think that it has been the closest we've ever been to an esport, and we've seen other like things like Minecraft events existing, which, you know, I think is also kind of like esportsy, but, you know, we've seen proper tournaments, competitions, things that have come out of MCSR that we haven't really seen in the Minecraft space before, and I just feel like MCSR is kind of the first like true esport Minecraft thing that we've seen.
I think it definitely has the potential to like be a very good esport. Like, it's super entertaining to watch, especially like you can have such like crazy intense matches like where it's like going back and forth, and then like all comes down to like the zero, and then like someone wins by like a second. Like that's like super hype. Like I love like playoffs is like super hype to watch, especially like super hype to play in. The only reason I don't say strongly agree is because there is still some like randomness to it, which is like not the best for an esports. I'm sure with time some stuff will be like standardized even better, like strays and woodlight and like the dragon fight, like that can definitely use some work on like making it a little less random. The randomness is like kind of cool, I guess. Sometimes like it makes the matches more interesting sometimes, but like it definitely has a lot of potential to be a really good esport. I don't know what else really in Minecraft can like surpass. Like it's just like PvP type stuff or minigame type stuff, but I think that probably doesn't work as well as MCSR.
I'll still be speedrunning in 5 years' time.
I'm 21 years old. I'm gonna be 26 in 5 years, and probably have a job. I probably wouldn't be playing games in 5 years, realistically speaking, because the profession I want to go to is like very like I got no free time. So I'm probably not gonna be speedrunning for 5 years. I'll say like I'll probably still be running in 3 years, 2 years, but I don't see myself speedrunning after I graduate university. Not just that, but also there will be a time where I get burned after speedrunning, because speedrunning is such a heavy, mentally taxing game mode if you're at the top level, and there will be times where you will get easily burnt out. I've experienced those moments already, and I don't even call myself a top level runner yet.
I feel like for me, this year has really been the year where I faced big burnout since like 2022 or something. Because I've never, like, all my life, I've never been someone who could stick with the one thing for years and years and years, and just like the longest I've ever done something is around like 2 or 3 years in a row, and then I had to like take a break from it. And that's probably just like even playing Minecraft in general, I feel like I've had like big year-long breaks in the past. Like I would play like Sky Wars or whatever, or Bed Wars, and then I'd be like, damn, this is boring, and I'd have like a Roblox phase or something. I don't know. It's just like right now, I think from 2022 to 2025, I've been mainly just like focused on Minecraft. Like I've been doing some things on the side, on and off, but it's like speedrunning has been like the main hobby I have, and I've definitely felt like pretty burnt out at times. And also like in 5 years, it's like I just like if I'm struggling now, and like I feel like I struggled a bit last year as well with burnout, and I feel like it really hit me this year. So it's like I'll either stop playing out of burnout, or I'll stop playing because like I have something else I want to do. I feel like, because I don't know, I want to like this year, one of my like things I want to focus on, like New Year's resolutions almost, is I want to like lock in on school, just because I've never had a year in my life where I feel like I cared about school and actually like locked in. I've always been super like laissez-faire about it, where I just like I'd show up to exams studying like the day before or whatever, and it's just like I hate that feeling of just like always feeling under prepped. So I want to have a year where it's just like just to prove to myself that I can, because I'm like a really bad at studying. I'm like really impatient and really bad at holding focus. So I want to have a year where I can just like prove to myself that I can like partly like be good at and lock in, and also just to like balance it with speedrunning as well, because I do want to speedrun a bit more. Like until the end of the year I definitely want to, but in 5 years time it's like I don't know, probably not.
I probably disagree. Don't really know where I'm gonna be in 5 years, and I feel like I would have probably moved on from speedrunning.
On one hand, this game is really fun, and if I'm still speedrunning in 5 years, it probably means I am in a position in my life where I am able to do this in 5 years. But also, on the other hand, this game is horrible and I hate it and it drives me insane. So if I'm speedrunning this game in 5 years, I might also definitely will probably need a therapist. So I really have no idea. It could go either way.
Like I'd like to think I would still be speedrunning. Like I'd like to think that speedrunning gets so big that I can just like keep doing it, make money from it or something, or like tourneys will get super big where there's like big prize pools, like IRL land tourneys and stuff. Like that would be awesome, but like that could also just not happen. I could also just get bored of the game. Like can get pretty repetitive sometimes, and you can get like pretty burnt out. But it'd be nice if I could still be playing in 5 years is a long time, so like I have no idea. I'm gonna just stay neutral.
I love Minecraft speedrunning. I've already been doing it for 5 years. It's something I'm really good at, something I'm really passionate about. I think in 5 years' time, I'm probably gonna do it less, but I think it's still gonna be in my life just because there's such an amazing community here. It is growing. I do see myself still playing it in 5 years. Maybe not as a top level, but for enjoyment purposes, just because it's the longest time I've ever played a game. I've played Tetris before, but that's been for a very short time. And I'm pretty mid at it. I've played other games, but been pretty mid at it. Minecraft speedrunning I've been good at, and I don't see me moving away from that talent. Unless something major happens, which I don't see happening.
I do really enjoy Minecraft. I've been playing the game for 12 years, but I can't imagine myself, at least currently, like only doing speedrunning in the future. I think, every now and then I would do it as a for fun thing, but I want to be able to move on, try out new things, and not have Minecraft speedrunning be the only thing I do. So it'll be something I come back to, I'm sure, in the future, but I don't see it being the main thing I do.
Speedrun content is at its peak.
Speedrun content in general has already had a bigger peak. We've seen more focused things on ranked, like with Ludwig, but something like Dreams Manhunts that got tens of millions of views, I don't think we're gonna see maybe ever, but probably just for a long time. And I think as current Minecraft speedrunning isn't as mainstream as it was back then.
I mean, I think it can always get better. I think there's a lot of really cool speedrun content right now. You got like Gray, Andronicus, Natty, lots of like cool, like unique speedrun type stuff. And then you've got like stuff like Ludwig with like Inhuman Fine Hate Watching. And you've got just like the regular speedrun streams and stuff, but like there's still like not like a ton of people who are making like more content focused stuff. Like most people are still just like speedrunning the game, just playing ranked, playing RSG or whatever. Like there can always be like more people doing like edited videos, unique like challenges and like tournaments, like the Grin and Andronicus videos. I think that'd be really cool if more people start doing stuff like that, and because that really helps like grow the game more, and they're fun to watch.
I feel like MCSR is starting to pick up a lot. There's not that many people that are pushing content per se. There's a few big ones, but seeing something like Andronicus video or Nerdy video hit like crazy views, there's a lot of... It's hard because ideas are hard, and making content out of this game is definitely hard, but there's definitely potential where we can just have channels that are hitting like a video like that just like every like month or something, or every like couple of weeks. But I feel like people can do it. I'm not a content guy, but I feel like they can do it.
Like a bunch of new content creators coming in with, Tubos, mid-offs. You have like Ludwig now, for example, playing the game in front of his audience. I don't know, I just feel like there's a bunch of variety, I guess. And then you also have like people like Andronicus, Gradient Gray, who are like making banger videos always.
We've seen so many variety streamers just get into MCSR for the first time, learning different parts about the game. It's to the point now where like MCSR Ranked has reached a new peak of like 2,000 players, which is absolutely insane. With Ludwig getting into the game, we've seen CS streamers get into the game. We've seen GeoGuessr Tournament, where we crossed over like pro players between those two games. We've seen so much recently in MCSR that I feel like we've never had before. It's definitely in its new peak. Do I think it could go higher? I think it's possible, but right now this is definitely the highest MCSR's like ever been in terms of content.
With each passing month or even day, speedrunning is being exposed in the Minecraft hemisphere more and more towards popular areas. Like right now, we have the Ludwig era where Ludwig is playing ranked, and there was a new record of 2,000 current players on ranked because of Ludwig's influence. And with ranked playoffs happening, with future like tournament brackets being made from ranked, and the ever looming interest in RSG coming from ranked speedrunning, it's gotten to a point where ranked is the entryway towards more game modes of speedrunning Minecraft, which is pretty awesome. And because of that, there's a lot of easier content to be made from speedrunning Minecraft now, as of before ranked is created. And I like to think that it's not gonna be just like the Ludwig phase is like good, but I think there'll be more big booms of popularity coming soon for speedrunning, and I think 2026 will be the biggest peak we'll see of speedrunning.
I think by the raw numbers, it's undeniable. Like, Feinberg is averaging 3K viewers. I think Inview is like averaging over 1K. Curryway's averaging over 1K. I mean, a big reason is probably because of Ludwig, bro. Like that ass, and like what has happened over this year is like absurd. I feel like so much has like it's just been up and up and up, and like maybe it'll probably go down. I think like realistically it'll go down eventually, because it's like there are these like big viewer bumps, and they probably don't last forever, but it's like wild how much has happened this year. Like I feel like playoffs has been really successful, and a lot of people have gotten from that, and then mid-offs, and then like Ludwig playing ranked as well. Like recently ranked peaked at like 2K players playing concurrently, and that's like the highest it's ever been. It hit like the server limit or whatever. So I think ranked is, I'd say speedrunning content is at its peak right now, and I am very ranked centric. Like you could probably say like RSG or whatever is down because there's like 3 runners who like are probably actively playing, or like 5 or so, but I feel like that's always been the case. I feel like ranked and like the surrounding stuff is way up, and I think it's undoubtedly at its peak right now, just by the raw numbers. Like I've been averaging over 1K or like around 1K like viewers playing ranked or whatever, and I feel like when I play ranked I'm like so much more, it's like low-key really boring. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm just like not talking and just like focused, and if that's like somehow averaging 1K, then I don't know, like definitely there's something crazy going on.
There is still lots of speedrun tech to be discovered for 1.16.
Depends on what you mean by a lot. I think there will always be micro stuff that gets discovered. Like, I haven't played at all. Like, right now it's season 9 of ranked, like the end of season 9 basically. And I just didn't play much at all until like the last 2 weeks of the season again. But like, and because of that, it's like, I don't know, obviously from year to date, like it's crazy how much has changed. But I really feel like now we're hitting the limit of tech, where it's like, I haven't played at all this season, and I feel like I came back, and I learned like maybe 1 or 2 new routes, and then I changed like a few things about my hotbar, but it's like so unbelievably micro, and it's like, for those things, I don't consider them like like groundbreaking strats. Like I literally de-rusted for 2 weeks, and I got rank 1 like yesterday or something. So it's like, I haven't, like, the fact that I cannot play for 3 or 4 months and still be like good is just like, I think that's a sign that like the strats, there's not enough new strats, because it takes a while to like get used to new strats, and it's like, it's just like there's just not enough things that are new. I feel like it's like, even like I think when you look at players who quit for a year in like 2021 or like 2022 and then they like came back or something, it's like the disparity is way larger. Like you don't see people who were good in 2020 playing ranked now still be good, you know? But it's like, I feel like if you got a player from right now, like a top runner from right now, and time traveled them 1 year into the future, like I feel like they would obviously be like worse relative to the competition in a year, but I feel like it wouldn't be that different. Like if you're just raw good enough, I feel like you're still a really good runner. I feel like strats wise, I doubt there's going to be anything groundbreaking.
I think like there's always going to be like new small micro optimizations. Like a lot of people are looking into like lots of like search crafting language stuff, and like maybe they'll find like even better search crafting tech, but I just can't see there being anything like massive that like really affects the run that isn't just like lots of small micro optimizations. Like I'm sure there's lots of micro stuff, but like I can't like look at Bridge and imagine like there's much better routes you can do. Like maybe like stuff like estrogen route or whatever, where you like get you like aggro earlier instead of DK, but that's still like barely better. Like I just can't see there being like any like huge improvements to any of the Bastion routes. Can't see there being any like big improvements with like end fights or anything. Maybe people can understand now a bit better, but like that still like doesn't really impact it that much. The only stuff really for there to like be improved on is just like micro stuff, just like search crafting, just random like niche time save and overlaps. So yeah, like I don't think there's that much more to like be discovered.
I mean, we've been grinding the hell out of this game for quite a while now. 1.16, I feel like we've gotten to a point where like, you know, any new discoveries we make anyway at this point would kind of be negligible. It'd be hard to have anything truly new, I think, in the newer versions, unless we find something absolutely game breaking. We like looking into the code and seeing like some sort of bug. I feel like at the current state we are, it'd be hard to like do much beyond that.
I feel like, especially for 90% glitchless, I feel like there's gonna be a limit to how much time save you can really make. And I feel like the route is just so figured out already. I don't know how to explain it really.
With each passing day, it feels like there's new like Bastion route variations or new Bastion route optimizations or optimization for Pyre, etc., etc. The tech for speedrunning now is pretty streamlined. The most like the biggest variable is definitely gotta do the Bastion routing. So in terms of like faster E-ray, faster pie charting for like your fort, I don't think we're gonna have anything faster than that, but like the biggest key thing is speedrunners want to have the fastest routes possible to their disposal, fastest blah blah blah. And I think again, I always see from like I'm gonna reference Chloe. Chloe's YouTube channel has a lot of like Bastion optimizations or like ideas that could be implemented to make routes slightly faster. So I do think that there's still a lot of tech still to be yet to be discovered. Even now, there's a massive discussion between bridge Bastion routing of double single like lasagna route or Sug or whatever. So even till now, there is still discussions of tech and certain routes, optimizations and whatnot.
I think there's definitely no major tech. There's no major strategies that we can do. Like, what was even the last thing that we discovered? Like preemptive or something? I don't know. But there's no big strategies. Everything macro-wise is solved about this game. But there are just infinite micro strategies. Coming as someone who like likes to play around with like weird mechanics or whatever, I feel like there's so many just random little things you can do in a Bastion. Like only recently I started putting TNT in a housing somewhere and it just worked out in a random clip video, and it has application in real ranked games. I feel like there's just a lot of micro, but I don't know how useful a lot of it is. I definitely am more of a fan of the silly tech than the useful tech, but there definitely probably is more tech. It's just like, is it useful and is it significant?
In terms of macro stuff, we have a lot of the macro figured out. Like, we know what we're doing in our Bastion route, we know what we're doing in our Fortress, and the meta is very consistency-pilled. But there's still many micro time saves that people can learn, that people aren't doing, that will save ticks. And in years, those ticks are going to add up, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of those micro time saves. I see stuff like making gold picks more often, becoming more and more relevant today, and we're going to be seeing these time saves that are micro that can save ticks, maybe seconds. And I think right now Infume's the best average is 919. I think we're going to see a sub 9 average just because of new tech eventually.
MCSR ranked is the best thing to happen to speedrunning.
I think the best thing that has happened to speedrunning, even though a lot of people probably won't like this answer, is Dream's presence in the community in 2020. He had a big following back then. It was during the COVID times. He was the person who got a lot of people into MCSR, and I don't see MCSR having the momentum it does today if there wasn't that pre-established community with Dream. And I don't think that ranked is that good either, due to some stuff with it trying to go more towards an esport, which I personally dislike. So such as the media day stuff, I don't think it's the best thing that's happened. It's up there, but I think there are some disadvantages to it, and it isn't going to be the best thing that has ever happened to MCSR. Not yet, at least.
MCSR ranked has been very huge in the popularity of Minecraft speedrunning in general, because before ranked was implemented, a lot of people were burnt out with speedrunning Minecraft, but because of rank's popularity and rank's niches, it's really opened the doors and made it a lot more beginner friendly for speedrunners that want to get into Minecraft, players who want to get into speedrunning. But obviously it's not the thing that, in terms of its popularity, yes, as of recent memory, it is the best thing to happen to Minecraft speedrunning, because without it, the popularity of speedrunning would be dead and burnt out, but it's now at its highest peak. But I do feel like there have been other eras of where Minecraft speedrunning was pivotal. So ranked is good for as of recent memory, but in everything, I probably think there's other things. Yeah.
It's definitely up there. There's a strong argument that it is, but I just think like we wouldn't have gone to a point where MCSR ranked could exist without other things happening, without like the classic era was crazy, you know? Like I wasn't that active back. I wasn't really around back then even. I joined like after Curryway World Record, but the classic era there were so many like big streamers trying that out. I feel like the popularity surge from that, like MCSR, it could have died on like week 1. It legit could have died on week 1 if a certain person didn't play this game as a speedrun. But MCSR ranked definitely like top 2 hours. It's definitely a top 2 thing to have happened to MCSR for sure. It's so awesome. I love ranked. I hate ranked, but I love ranked.
It's just like pushed the skill ceiling so much higher than it used to be before ranked was a thing. Like there's just always content happening around it. There is playoffs, there is mid-offs, there is like so much that has come from ranked that I feel like it's been very good for MCSR as a whole.
I just don't think this game would survive very long if it was just RSG. Like RSG is great, but it gets really boring to a point, especially with how like optimized it gets, how fast the record is. It becomes so much resetting. Like you got like Sky Crab, he's entered Nether like 16,000 times or something, I think, and has had like 3 world record or like 4 world record pace runs or something and still hasn't gone there. Like it, and he's like one of the best players in the world. It's just so hard to get record now and like keep going, like not get burnt out. Like I think a lot of people who are like still playing ranked right now probably would have like quit if they just had to do RSG. Ranked is so much easier to just like grind and just like play for however long you want. It's like a lot more fun for most people than RSG, and it's just like good content too. Like I feel like it's a lot more enjoyable to watch. Like I pretty much never watch RSG streams, maybe like Skycrap sometimes, but I just think it's a way more entertaining to just watch ranked unless they're in queue for like 3 hours, which happens. But it is just like more action, more like there's like always doing a run instead of like resetting or like doing an overworld. So it's definitely very good. It's definitely like made the longevity of MCSR like way better. It's way better for content. Tourneys like playoffs is awesome. So yeah, like very big thing to happen for MCSR.
Ranked has just allowed players to do so much more with MCSR that we never could have before. It basically provided a whole new like competitive vibe that you couldn't get with just RSG alone, and it has allowed players to practice in a way that, you know, we couldn't have gone before. We have guaranteed lucky worlds, guaranteed filter worlds, whatever, and that has just allowed us to, I feel like, tighten up a lot of the loose ends that comes to Minecraft speedrunning. A lot of the tech, a lot of the strategies has gotten to the point where it is because of MCSR ranked. I don't think we would be anywhere near where we are now without it.
I'm Omega biased for this because I just would not still be speedrunning if it wasn't for ranked. I think I will always be Omega biased just because ranked has been so valuable for the scene as a whole and also just for me and my motivation personally. I feel like it gives a goal for top runners through playoffs that isn't just a lottery, basically. Getting RSG world record is obviously, it still means a lot. Like, I think being on world record pace is a feeling that is like that very few things in like the world can make you feel. I think it's so terrifying, but it's so unbelievably frustrating and boring to get a run on world record pace. And I think winning playoffs is a version of that isn't so luck based. It's a lot more skill oriented, and because of that I feel like that's really good for people to get better and people to learn about the game, and also it's just so good for getting people into the game. Like I think people have their like gripes with competitive like queuing games or whatever, which is fair enough. But I think having competitive like some kind of queue, some kind of leaderboard is so good for like getting people into the game because it's fun to just like improve and see your progress like measurably get better. And it's just like fun to compare yourself and play against friends or whatever. I think ranked has been so good for the health of the game. I think Minecraft speedrunning in particular is such like a special speedrunning game because it's not just raw mechanics. And I think that makes it so like fun to learn, and it makes it like so different. And I think ranked really brings out a lot of that like the beauty of Minecraft speedrunning, where it is just like so decision making oriented in a way that like resetting doesn't really. So in my opinion, I would say probably strongly agree.
If you enjoyed this video and would like to see how it went the first time round, then be sure to click the video on the screen right now.